Yo, you tapped in with Jonesey, the one and motherfucking only, fresh out of these Seattle streets, and you listening to What's the 411 with Drew.
Stylists back in stylists, put these niggas back in school. Put down the checkers, pick no checks, cause that's what bosses do. Stylists back in style, just call me Nipsey with the blues. Or call me Q, I got the jewels.
Here we go. Jonesey.
Finally
got you in here, man.
Yeah, man.
You're a busy man.
I try to be. You know, I gotta stay working.
Heck yeah. So what's new? What you been up to?
Shit, man, I've been up to this music, man, life, you know, trying to stay busy, trying to stay productive, out the way, out the streets, you know.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about you. I had to see for myself, check you out myself. You got some good content on YouTube right now.
Yeah, we're going crazy on YouTube, man. The channel, Jonesey TV, we're going crazy, you know. I made that promise to myself, kind of like I was going to be way more consistent, you know, this year and going forward than I have been in the past. So, yeah, I'm trying to make my mark.
The first video that I saw from you, I think it was about 2 years ago, was called The Process. Now, did you know, coincidentally, you recorded that video on the same day Tupac dropped Tupacalypse Now?
No, I didn't.
25 years prior. And I looked at the dates because I was like, this is crazy. You were 25 years old when you shot that video.
Right.
Now, did you do that intentionally or?
Nah, definitely. That's just the game God's blessing me, what I was doing. And what's crazy is, too, it snowed on that video shoot, too. So it kind of added another element that wouldn't have, that wouldn't have been there. So it's kind of like natural. Everything just lined up naturally. So it made it a dope. Damn, I didn't know that.
Man, who shot that video for you?
I'm in line with Pac.
Yeah, come on.
I'm in line with Pac and them.
Are you a Tupac fan?
Most definitely. Tupac's on my top 5.
Yeah.
For sure. He's on my Mount Rushmore.
Good.
He's one of the GOATs.
Who shot that video for you?
This young cat out of the city, Perryman. Edward Perryman. Film.
Okay, I'll have to check into him too.
Yeah, he's pretty nice with it.
Yeah, you've been grinding for a while now, man. What city are you originally from?
So, I always tell folks like this, you feel me? I was born in Mississippi, so the deep south, Hattiesburg to be exact. And I moved up here when I was like 6 months old, literally 6 months old. So I'm from Seattle for real. But my birth certificate says, Mississippi. So from the time I was like 6 to 16, I was in Seattle. And I went back down there for a little spell, finished my high school, got to meet some of my folks, and then, I had to come back to the city and make it right.
What was life like growing up here in Seattle, your early childhood days?
Shit. I imagine like it probably was for the next black kid, coming out the inner city. It was lit. It was lit. The city was lit. The city was still black for real. We stayed all in the CD, parts of the South End, Rainier, MLK. And eventually, we got pushed out, but from my early childhood, all I remember is like going to Rainier Playfield and late nights at, beach and all type of shit. So it was lit. It was fun.
Yeah, so you one of the people around Seattle who kind of fell victim to that gentrification too, huh?
Most definitely.
Where's some of the places in Seattle that you lived at? Like what cities and towns?
Cities and towns? Mm-hmm. I stayed in the Central on Yesler when I was real young. I went to Leschi. I went to Leschi Elementary for a couple years. Yeah, I just stayed. It was really like Seattle until we kind of got pushed out, and then we ended up moving to Renton. And like I said, before I moved down south, the furthest south I had ever stayed of the city was, Fairwood? That's Renton. Des Moines was like the furthest I ever went. Like Fed, Auburn, Puyallup, all of that felt like Portland to me. You feel me? Because just for the simple fact that we was busting it everywhere. So, that was just kind of out of our jurisdiction type shit. Like, that was out of bounds for us. Like, we didn't really go out there. So, the highway, all of that was like, that was undiscovered territory until I was, like, grown for real.
Yeah. When did you first, start knowing that you could rap and that you had bars and you had a gift? When did you first realize that?
I looked at it like hooping, you feel me? Like, it was just something we did when we was kids for real. So, from a young age, I just had the drive, the passion for it, the love for it. And then I started taking it more serious, trying to be nice with it, just out of competition, out of the competitive nature I had with my brothers. When I was like around like 14, 15, 16, started trying to feel myself on the bars. And then I really started going hard for it when I came back to the city in like 17.
You said you hoop. What you nice with it? You good?
No, I was definitely nice with it. Yeah, I mean, I still get people that recognize me now from like AAU days and like middle school days. Like, oh, bro, I remember we was hooping at da-da-da-da and you was going crazy. Like, I remember we was, yeah, man, I was one of them guys for real. I probably could have got myself into like a little JUCO or, you know, something like that if life would have lined up the right way for me to, you know, take advantage of the basketball like that, but it didn't. So, you know, here we are.
So right now you just kind of hoop on the side and it's all about the music, huh?
Yeah, you still catch me giving out rec all over the city. Call me, I'm pulling up.
Yeah, man, I've been listening to your catalog before you got here. Shoot, really for the past couple months, you've been in my rotation. One of my favorite songs was Swerve.
Yeah. That was the first single we dropped in, 2019? It's the first single we dropped last year, I believe.
Yeah, it kind of had like an old school Cash Money vibe to it. It's a real banger for sure.
Yeah, low key, I haven't performed that.
It's very underrated. It's a very underrated song.
Yeah,
And
I feel like that too. So I think I'm gonna throw that on my next set list. So my next show, I think I'm about to perform Swerve, just to let them know.
Bro, you have so many styles, bro. Like, where do you draw inspiration from when you write songs?
Yeah, that's why we called the album "Style Is Back in Style" because you feel me. I wanted that to be a focal point. You feel me? I wanted people to know, like, I'm not no one-trick pony type shit. Like, I got records on there for the girls. I got some bar-heavy shit. I got some shit that'll go off in the club. I got some just regular trap stuff. Like, you know, Style Is Back in Style. That's why I called the EP that. And I feel like I got my style from. You said, where did I get my style from? I would attribute that to, like, what I listened to early on growing up. When I was growing up, you know, I'm a 90s baby, 93. You feel me? So it was all about having your own style for real. Like, you literally could not come out and sound like the next man. That shit wasn't cool. You wasn't getting no type of points for that.
Right.
You feel me? Niggas wasn't gonna fuck with you. So, you know, I remember like Fab, like, you feel me? Cassidy was nice. You feel me? My pops always listened to like Snoop and Trick Daddy a lot. So a lot of my early influences were like real hip hop dudes for real. So that's where I would attribute that to.
You said you got a lot of styles. You got songs for the trap, the club, the ladies. I heard that song Black Love, and I said to myself, finally a song for the ladies. What was the motivation for that song?
It was Black Love, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Just had to put some more of those vibes out there because I feel like we don't get that enough, especially from hip hop. Like, that's what we're supposed to be doing at the end of the day. We're supposed to be uplifting our people, you feel me, putting on for our culture. It's way bigger than the money, the cars, the clothes, and the hoes. You feel me? Like, that's what gets notoriety, I guess. You feel me? But that's not where it's at for real. Like, niggas ain't living like that or I know I'm not living like that every day. Not no more. Like, if you really come from that too, you don't really want to live like that. You don't want to be having to, you feel me, depend on the bitch or whatever, you feel me? Like, that's just not filthy to me.
Right, having to hide your phone and turn your phone off at night and stuff.
Or even if you think you're really filthy and you just got 2 or 3 or 4 girls, like, at the end of the day, what are you contributing to our culture though? Are those girls black? Because they come from somewhere, you feel me? Yeah. At the end of the day. So that's how I look at it. Like, it's bigger picture mentality. Like, I'm in this thing for longevity. You feel me? That's the short route. That's the elevator. You feel me? I'm going to stay on the stairs with this shit.
What is the significance of Black Love to you?
It's everything I've seen growing up, to be honest. I feel like I was kind of spoiled in that aspect where my parents were still together. And even when I was a kid, I'm already recognizing that wasn't the norm. You feel me? Like 6th grade type shit, I kind of started to recognize like, damn, everybody don't got 2 parents at home for real. Like, it would just be the conversation like, oh, you know, I stay with my mom, I stay with my dad. I'm like, damn, I stay with my mom and my dad. You feel me? So, and it was just how I would get the face like what? Like, they was looking at me like, I'm not regular, you know, and it's the exact opposite. Like, nah, this is what we're supposed to be having as a community. We're supposed to be having these type of, you feel me, relationships. So that's where Black Love, you know, came from for me.
Beautiful. How long have your parents been together?
Shit, longer than I've been here. So, I mean, it's probably like 30 plus.
Yeah. What would you say the importance of having a strong black male role model in your house was?
It was real significant, you feel me? Just in retrospect. Of course, I didn't really think too much of it as a kid. It was just a norm. But, you know, looking back on it, a lot of those principles I got just how to stay solid that niggas had to learn from the streets. I got to learn from my pops how to work hard every day, you feel me, and to knock something out, finish your task. I learned that from my pops, you feel me? So it was a lot of little gems like that I got growing up that niggas didn't get or they had to get from the streets. So yeah, most
And
definitely.
how did your mother and father feel about you getting into the streets eventually?
It wasn't their choice. I mean, of course, you feel me, but things happened in life to where they were out of my direct household when I was, 15 years old. So it was a situation where I was like staying with a cousin that was we were the same age, and then my older sister and another one of my older cousins. So it's, if you count it up, it's 4 heads in the house. The 2 oldest heads are two females. They're probably like 22, 21, 23, somewhere in there. And my parents just 4,000 miles away down south in the SIP already. So at that point, I was young. I wanted some money. You feel me? I couldn't just go to SIS like that and get the money. I just couldn't go here and get the money. So, you know, I really, honestly, I remember this vividly like it was yesterday. Like, we were standing in the Kingways on MLK. If you're from the city, you know the Kingways. So we're standing there, and my parents had left. So for the first like few days, it was like, you feel me? We're like, ooh, it's good, nigga. I ain't got no parents around here. I'm about to live it up, like type shit. But then reality starts to hit a nigga real fast. Like, damn, where you gonna get some school clothes from next year? Like, damn, how you gonna eat next week? Like, damn. So you feel me? Started thinking about how to get some money. So I hit the block. Like, I went straight down MLK. I applied at every little restaurant. I remember applying at the little Wendy's, Burger King. We're trying to apply. I'm walking in the building like, hey, how can I get an application? They're like, how old are you? I'm like 14. Nah, come back in a year and a half. Oh, nah, come back in 2 years. Oh, nah, come back in 2 years. I'm like, yep, that shit really, honestly, that did something to me. Like how can you not give it, in my mind, in my 13, 14-year-old mind, I'm like, how can you not give a kid a chance to see me trying to work? So it kind of did something to me. So from that point on, I just said, fuck the job. Nigga, I'm gonna go get it. And my cousin was already like on bullshit for real. So it was so easy to just be like, hey bro, put me on. And literally, that's what I did. I'm like, bro, put me on. So we literally, he didn't even have nothing at the time, but he seen how hungry I was. He was like, yep. We did a little dirty, we made a little dirty bag. You feel me? Went straight up to the Ave, got it off, got a little 60, 80 bucks, went and bought some work with that, flipped it, and then that's just how it went. And from that point on, it was in the streets.
It's all about that music now, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You're
for
a real
sure.
success story.
Yeah, man, we put that shit down as soon as we could. Because
Yeah.
that shit was never my end goal. That was never my thing. Even if you ask people I went to school with, I went to Lindbergh for a year my freshman year. I went to Cleveland after that before I got shipped down south. If you ask anybody that know me for real, they know me for hoop. And pretty much that's probably it. You know me for hoop or probably being with a bitch or a female, I should say. You feel me? Like, you didn't know me for being on a block like that, trying to be with the who's and all that. That shit ain't filthy to me. Like, I got family for real. I got some homies, but I don't need to be in the gang or from the gang, you feel me, to be from the hood.
Right. Black love, black love. In that song you said, you will buy her shit, designer drip, because he's worth every dime.
I buy you shit, designer drip, because you worth every dime. Yeah.
Is it true that it ain't tricking if you got it?
Yeah. That's what they say, man. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's a true statement. It ain't tricking if you got it, though. If you ain't got it and you're just buying the girl a bag and that's your last,
that's stupid.
That's pretty goofy. That's pretty goofy.
Come on. It seemed like artists forget to make songs for the ladies, you know, and show a more tender side. Can we expect more songs like that from you in the future?
Definitely.
Good.
Low key, I want to put a project together. I've been saying that for like a couple of years in my head. Like, I want to put a project together that's exclusively like those type vibes.
Right on, brother. Style is Back in Style. That's the name of the tape, and it's also one of the featured tracks on the tape. Probably one of my favorites. What was the motivation behind that?
You talking about your referencing the title track Style?
Yes.
Yeah. I just knew I needed to come hard, like, to get my point across. You feel me? So if you listen to that record, it's gonna be no cap rap. You feel me? It's straight to the point. It's direct. You could feel the energy. You did, and that's what I wanted more than anything. I wanted them to feel me, like where I was coming from. That's why I kind of referenced Nip at the same time in that song on the hook, because that's where a lot of the drive was coming from at that point. This was before he passed. You feel me? But I was studying his movement. I was studying his campaign, how he was moving independent. You feel me? That's where I learned a lot of the shit that I know now, just off of watching his campaign.
What was it like when you found out that Nipsey was taken from us?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I cried, bro.
I did too.
I cried a little bit, bro, because you gotta. And I don't know. And niggas might think this is like some soft shit or some sucker shit, but if that shit didn't hit you for real, then I don't know, bro. You're kind of disconnected from your community. I feel like, because he was one of them guys that really, like, same shit with Kobe. Like, that shit hurt a nigga. You feel me? Like, just off of what they meant to our community, what they meant for black people, and how they were moving. They wasn't with the goofy shit. You feel me? They was really taking care of their families. They was really putting other black men in position legally. You feel me? So that type of shit, you can't even get that back. Yeah. You can't even get that back.
It was tragic. They buried him on my birthday, and I just remember just.
That's a fucked up birthday.
Yeah, you know, I was just like, damn. You know, it was a lot of emotion. I definitely dropped a tear or two for him and Kobe when they passed.
That Kobe shit happened my birthday month, February. So like,
Black History Month.
You know, All-Star Weekend is my birthday every year. So I'm like, man, this is not even the same.
Bruh. And we grew up on Kobe. What year were you born?
93.
93. So that's like right after Mike was doing his thing, and here comes Kobe.
Right.
We watched him grow, man.
My earliest basketball memories was like Michael in the finals versus. My uncles don't be remember. Look, somebody tried to tell me I didn't remember this until I gave them the story where we was at my granny's house in the Kingways watching the game. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember that. Michael, it was MJ versus the Sonics. You feel me? And one of my uncles was from Chicago, and he was going crazy. That's how I remember it. He was talking so crazy, and everybody in the house like, nigga,
jump his
this
ass.
Mike. You feel me? Yeah. But after that, it was all Kobe.
Yeah, most definitely. And Gigi too. Like, I have a daughter that plays basketball, so like, I'm starting to cherish her so much more and be just more careful when I drive with her and everything. Like, it's precious cargo, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You got any kids?
Not at all. Not yet.
Okay, yeah. Don't forget about that black love now.
We gonna get there, but we ain't rushing.
In the song "Style Is Back in Style," you said independent in all your music, you gonna stay on the stairs. What does that mean?
Yeah, man, I've been saying that a lot lately because I'm seeing the Jiffy Mix rap. You feel me? That's what I call it. Like, people will take, you feel me, a deal. Even you seen the shit with Meg, the shit that just came out with Meg Thee Stallion.
I was gonna ask you.
And I wouldn't necessarily call that not being on the stairs, because she's been independent. She's even with an independent label. But just little situations like that remind me that I need to stay down for what I got going. You feel me? Like, if somebody came to me with a deal tomorrow and was like, bro, you could be a millionaire, just sign over your rights to your music, I'm not doing it because I believe in my craft. If you're gonna offer me that, then I know I'm worth 10 times more.
And you know what I like to tell artists too is take a second before you just sign something. Take the shit to a lawyer, have them look it over, and stay independent. Right. This is not the 90s and the 80s.
We looking for partnerships. So if this dude, you feel me? We looking for partnership. Yeah. We can do that. But you're not about to own Jonesey. It's not happening.
You said you put the checkers down and picked up the chess. Because that's what bosses do.
Yeah, put down the checkers, picked up chess, because that's what bosses do.
Yeah, I really felt that bar. I had to do the same thing. I'm starting my channel out. You know, I'm like, I don't need nobody to help me with this. It may be hard. I'm going to figure it out. I got the connections. There's people I've been reaching out to. You reached back. So, you know, I felt you on that. This is one of my favorite songs, bro.
For sure.
And
appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate having you, man. The next song, Numbers, it's a real rapid fire song. Makes your head nod. You said, don't hit your lineup if it ain't about the numbers. What does that mean?
You feel me? If it ain't about some money, then you feel me? If you're not in my direct circle, probably don't even hit my line. I had to tell a promoter this the other week, like, dog wanted me to do a show. So I'm like, all right, cool, we can do the show, bet. But when he brought the idea to me, when he brought the opportunity to me, it was at a whole different venue. It was like a good opportunity the way I seen it. You feel me? Where it was gonna be at, who was gonna be participating, shit like that. So, you know, fast forward a week or two, the event's coming up. Flyer goes out, my name's on the flyer, and it's a whole different venue. Bro didn't tell me about the flyer when it was going out. So I'm like, hold on, like, who you think I am for real? Like, you can't just pull me here, pull me there. Like, bro, you gotta tell me, you gotta come get some clearance, just out of respect first and foremost, you feel me? Like, I wouldn't just expect you to do something because I said do it type shit. Like, so you feel me? Right then I'm like, alright, it got to be a bag about this because you feel me? If you're requiring my presence and you don't have the respect to go and ask me, you feel me, to show up somewhere, then nah, you feel me? It got to be about a bag. And it's not like that. I still do shows for free. You feel me? I'm gonna put on for my city as long as I can for free. But look, at the end of the day, you know, we gotta get paid. And if you respect my craft, you respect my art, what I'm bringing to the table, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not asking for $1 million. Nigga. But so I do need some blues.
I completely feel you on that. Time is money and respect my craft.
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely. What have you learned about the business and networking so far, and what are some things you might tell some up and coming local artists?
Yeah, learned a lot, and just like the last year, just running around doing my thing, and a lot more than I thought. You feel me? I was gonna learn. I would say like I even tell my young boys now because I'm launching a label. It's called Young Life Records. You feel me? Look out for that. I got some young spitters. They're coming. I be giving them game all the time. Like, look, bro, most of this shit you see is not what it is. Like, you're gonna see a nigga flexed up, acting like he got it. Most of the time they don't got it. Same goes for the niggas throwing the shows and all of that, bro. People like to play up their position. Which, I mean, it makes sense. You want to look good, but at the end of the day, don't believe everything you see, especially in entertainment, because that's what it is. It's entertainment. You feel me?
I tell my daughter all the time, hard work outweighs talent when talent don't work hard.
Every time.
You know, so you got to have the talent and the hard work.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? The other song that I was really digging, bro, it was Above the Rim.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs. Well, the tape is hot, okay? I love all the music. You really painted a picture for the people. In the song, you said you were outside really walking the streets. Maybe that is the difference. I'm just a product of the Central Seattle, the African district. Tell us a little bit more about the neighborhood that helped make you who you are today.
Yeah. So when I came up in the Central, it was all black still. That's why I called it. I'm just a product of Central Seattle, the African district. You feel me? Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was so regular for it to be black people. You feel me? You don't see nothing that you see now. Like, I was just in the hood like probably like a month ago on a late night, just scrolling through the hood, and I seen this like white lady just like running with her dog or something. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, what's going on out here, bro? That shit. And it kind of just made me like mad a little bit. Like, bro, it's nothing wrong with growth, but at the end of the day, you see what they did for real. Like, they just really pushed the nigga out, like, all the way. You feel me? And people didn't get their just due. There's still some people that's in the city for real, still in the hood, but it's few and far in between. That shit's sick.
And then it's like when you really do the research on the Central District, at first it was called the Colored District.
Right.
Before that, it was the Coon District. Then they called it the Central District.
Right.
It was 90% African American. Now you keep in mind the location is basically uptown, 5 to 7, 10 minutes from downtown Seattle.
Right.
Prime real estate.
Prime.
When you think about the redlining that came into place and certain black folks who had this prime real estate who were never taught about real estate or how much they really were worth, and then just being undersold in general. Mm-hmm. Gentrification is fucking trash, man.
It's the biggest monster in America.
Wow. It just blows my
America
mind.
That's what America is. That's how America got here. They came and gentrified what the fuck was going on. That shit, what? You guys got some land? What? Hey, look. Watch out. Wow. Watch out.
Yeah. The newest song that I just heard from you was Top Spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good joint. You said in the song, you said, came from the city, but you and me are not the same. So what sets you apart from other Seattle artists?
I would say just my wordplay and my style. It's definitely something that you're not going to find everywhere. You find a lot of wave riding these days, you feel me? I know the melodic thing is in, and I got some of those vibes too, but I like to stay in my, I like to stick to my strengths, I would say.
Yeah. In the song, you also said you just want the money, power, and respect. Grind now, ball later. The only competition you see is in the mirror. Like Damian Lillard, you're a trailblazer. It's a bunch of bars in that song. Like, I hope people really go check out Top Spot from you. What does rapping and lyricism really mean to you?
To me, it's just it's the essence of the craft. You can't just go in the studio and say some shit and then just put it out. Like, that's not cool, bro. I don't come from that school of niggas like to say that too, like it's filthy. Like, oh, I don't write none of my lines. Boy, you might need to write down some of that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
What's your literature like? Like, can you write a small story? Like, bro, I learned that type of shit along the way, for real. Like, and there's so many steps getting skipped because the market is free enterprise. You can just throw anything up on the internet now. It just makes for a watered down situation.
That's why I enjoy listening to your music, like on the way to work, when I get to work, because you paint pictures. Like, I find myself zoning off and just, your voice is really painting pictures. That is a lost art to me, bro.
For sure.
And I really respect that about you, and I hope that you don't ever lose that in yourself.
For sure. Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. What are some things you hope to accomplish this year?
This year, like I said, we're coming with the label. You know, I gotta have some young hyenas behind me. So Young Life Records, that's coming for sure. My visual game's coming crazy. We're gonna be flooding the streets with visuals every month. You can just look for more work. You know, more the same. I've been working.
You got a clothing line too, don't you?
Yeah, we got some Jonesey music apparel, some streetwear apparel.
Okay, I'll be sure to drop the link in the description.
You know, this summer we're going crazy. I got the street team already. We're going crazy. We're gonna be at your favorite dispensary with that shit.
All right. How important is staying consistent and staying busy to you?
To me, it's everything, because I never want to be stagnant in life, in relationships, in music, nothing. You know, so you always want to look for elevation in the next thing. So you definitely got to keep working.
Yeah, I know you're a busy man. I went to one of your shows. I think it was a couple months ago. I went to one of your shows and I was talking to you. You had an interview set up. You had another video you were recording. I'm like, damn, when can a nigga get an interview? You know? So
Yeah,
I
good.
really appreciate you coming out, man. I really do, bro.
I'm at these shows working though. That's what niggas don't know.
I seen you perform live.
Yeah.
I seen you. You got any shows coming up next?
My next show would probably be in April.
April?
I don't have a date yet, but you know, check all my socials. I'm active on the socials, so I'll be posting it on there, on the Facebook at I Am Jonesey, on Instagram Jonesey Music. Yeah, you're gonna catch the vibes for sure.
Okay. What would you say is your greatest achievement so far?
In life or in music?
In life and music. First life, then music.
In life so far, I feel like I haven't done too much yet. You know, to be honest, I'm getting my little coins like the next guy. You feel me? I haven't had any children yet, so that's a milestone. But as far as just life, like I feel like I got a lot more to do. So I feel like I haven't really done too much. My biggest accomplishment would probably be graduating high school and staying alive past 21. And that's what people don't really realize. Like, coming from the background that we come from, like, I never really honestly thought of living past 21. And that's sick to think like that, because I seen so much shit happening when I was a kid, for real. Like, I didn't know no homies that was older than 21. Yeah. Even the big homies that was in our neighborhood, or the big homies that was in our apartments, it was like 19, 20. Really, like 19 and 20, that's it. I didn't really see no older homies that was more than 21. So in my mind, I was like, bro, I'm just trying to hit 21. And there was never no thought after that, really. So...
Man, is there anything else you might want to tell your fans, tell the people?
Yeah, man, we're working. We got a lot of shit coming for you guys. I want you guys to really go subscribe to this YouTube, Jonesey TV. You feel me? Because we got work coming. We got work. I don't want to say too much, but we got work coming.
One of my favorite bars that you ever said was, niggas be stuck in the past. I can never, I'm moving too fast.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
That progression got to happen. Like I said, elevation. You want to keep moving. You want to keep working. You never want to be stagnant. And that was my mindset when I wrote that line. These niggas be stuck in the past on what they did. You see a lot of niggas, you feel me? Oh, I was this, I was that in high school, da-da-da-da. You feel me? Nah, moving too fast for that. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about what we did last week. What we got going on, what we got coming up.
Another line you said, you had to sacrifice friends because they didn't want to see you live. And I know that firsthand. I've lost a couple friends this year, but I'm doing what you said, man. I ain't stuck in the past, bro.
Right.
You know, I really appreciate your music, man. It's dope having you. With that being said, we got to move on to this lightning round.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to ask you some questions. You just answer as quickly as possible.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
That's dogs.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
What song are you listening to on repeat right now?
Cash Queen, Jonesey, just dropped.
Oh, word?
Word.
Okay, cool. I'm going to put that link in the description. So Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders?
I'm gonna go with Bernie.
You gonna go with Bernie?
Go with Bernie.
Okay. Who's your celebrity crush?
I don't trust Biden. Let me just go back. I don't trust that nigga. But my celebrity crush. That's a good one. Damn, Megan Good.
Megan Good?
Yeah, from the start.
Okay. Who's the artist you would most like to work with in the industry?
In the industry, keep it a band. Probably Wale.
Wale? Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay. Who's the dopest local female MC to you?
Ooh. The dopest local. I'm gonna have to go with Gab.
Yeah.
She's still raw.
Her catalog is crazy.
Her catalog is crazy too.
Who's your favorite mainstream female MC?
Right now, it's Megan Thee Stallion. She's on fire.
She's tough, bro.
She's
She
on
got
fire.
she got some cuts. So, what local artist would you most like to work with in the future?
Probably Frenchie.
Frenchie?
Yeah, Frenchie. So that boy's hot.
I hope to get him on the show too. Yeah.
We gotta work.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ah.
Any superpower? Yeah. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
You ain't thought about it in a while.
I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought because I feel like I'm a superhuman. Anything I put my mind to, I feel like I can accomplish. So I don't feel like there's nothing really out of reach. So if anything, I would just have unlimited access to the bread because I know what that could do.
That's a cold superpower. He on some Tony Stark shit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna spread that thing around. You feel me? I'm gonna throw an M here, an M there.
There you go. Let me get an M2 player. Who's your favorite NBA basketball team?
I don't really have a favorite team because the Sonics ain't here no more. When they bring my Sonics back, that's gonna be for sure. So I'm gonna have to go with player. My favorite player is Kyrie.
Kyrie? I'm a LeBron James man myself.
LeBron's a close second.
Yeah, okay. Top 5 MCs of all time.
All time, okay. I'm gonna try to stay consistent. You feel me with my list, and my list is kind of it's off of the music and the influence. You know, so this is my personal list. So in no particular order, I'm gonna say Pac, Ye. Kanye.
Oh, Kanye, okay.
Yeah, no particular order. We're not with that funny shit he doing now either. Don't get it confused. It's college dropout, yeah.
Have you heard Sunday Service?
Nah, I heard it's good though.
It's okay.
Not gonna lie, I heard it's good.
It's okay.
I'm gonna check it out for sure. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Cole.
J. Cole?
Yep.
Okay.
Cole. 50.
50.
And Wale.
And Wale.
Them is my 5.
I feel you.
And it's off of the music and the influence. You feel me?
Yeah.
50 was the guy when I was coming up. That was the first rap album I could vividly remember wanting so bad and I couldn't have it. You feel me?
Man, I remember listening to 50 with my shirt off in the mirror trying to emulate his movements, you know?
50 had the influence.
Yeah, man. Listen, I can't hold you all day, man, but I really appreciate you coming out and joining me on my show, What's the 411 with Drewski.
Come on, man. It's Jonesey, the one and only. We tapped in. What's the 411 with Drew?
I know that's right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. It's Jonesey, the one and only. Bro, runner, go get her, baby, my cash queen. She flipping pills by the 1,000, get it straight out the street. No, I don't judge her, I love her, she do it for the team. Just call me, I'm pulling up, you need me to clear the scene. We living spicy, this life afford us designer things. Them hoes are shiesty, I promise them bitches lied on me. We fly, we don't need a pilot, stay kited off the tree. We slide and run up the mileage, we get into the green. This shit is crazy how it started, we were about a bag. The best